What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Wild Rift video, and today we're gonna be checking out some more esports again. And of course, this time we're gonna be finally finishing up this absolutely insane best of 5 that we started a couple of days ago. And yeah, if you guys missed those previous videos, I will put them top right of this video right now, so you can go check them out at your own leisure. And I would honestly highly suggest you to do so before you watch this one, because this is gonna be the finishing touch, the cherry on top of an already amazing best of 5, and I cannot wait to find out who's gonna win this. Somehow I was able to not get spoiled up until this point, so I am very excited to check out which team is gonna win. And without further ado, let's check out that draft. It should be very interesting. We have a DV going for that Akali. Akali not banned once again. They are banning out Rakan and Vi. Meanwhile, RSG going for that Jarvan this time around. Now, I believe DV was always spamming that Jarvan up until this point with that any combo. This time, last game, if you guys were paying attention, RSG actually banning out that Jarvan. This time they decided to ban out the Orianna again and that Aurelion Sol, and picking the Jarvan for themselves. This is absolutely insane. So they're yoinking the pick from DV here. They also picked that Olaf, and seems like RSG is still very happy with their Ziggs. They're gonna pick it once again. I believe this is the third time they pick it in this best of 5, and who would have thought it's again high priority on that Misfortune. She is the first marksman to be picked out of these two teams here, locked in, and we have a Kai'Sa and a Lulu response. So the DB doesn't want to give up the Lulu and Misfortune combo over to RSG. And this time around, again, if you guys checked out the other games, we have seen so like Misfortune and Lulu combo. It was picked so many times by both teams throughout this whole best of 5 so far. And yeah, it always does a lot of work. It is just a really strong lane bully combo. And we have a Gragas pick. This will be a Gragas support, I believe. Unless it will be Gragas mid Ziggs support. But so far, no, it's a Gragas support. Okay, let's just move my camera here. This is already pretty interesting. I mean, we have a lot of picks that we've already seen throughout this best of 5. So nothing too surprising there. I mean, the Akali not banned. She's always going to be picked up right away. Olaf picked up right away. Jarvan, apparently both teams liking it a lot and picking it very early on. And yeah, let me see. Everything is set up. There we go. We can skip ahead to the game. And this should be very exciting. A Gragas support. This should be very exciting. I mean, we all know, we've seen it in solo queue. It is not a bad pick at all. It works very well as a support. Matter of fact, remember when Gragas was super broken, and I was always joking on my stream how much of a broken piece of garbage he really is, because he can fill 4 roles and be S tier at all 4. He was one of the best mid laners. He was the best Baron laner. He was one of the better junglers, one of the best junglers even when he was super broken. And he was a good support as well. So yeah, they're putting him in the support position this time against this Kai'Sa and Lulu combo. And the thing about that is, I definitely think Kai'Sa Lulu is pretty happy about that, because what is Gragas gonna do? He wants to engage. He wants to E-flash onto this Kai'Sa, but then she just auto-attacks him, jumps away with her ult. Late game she turns invisible. Early game of course not, but the early game she's still very safe because she has that Lulu shield available, Lulu ult available, so it's a little bit of a weird pick for sure. I'm assuming they picked it for team fights because it's a really good counter against the Wukong. Wukong jumps in, spins around, knocks everybody up. Gragas just kicks him away with his barrel and everything is all good. The Wukong cannot follow up with his second ultimate unless he can gap close once again, which can be difficult most of the time. But right off the get-go in this game, it is going very standard. Both junglers just clearing their jungle, both junglers on opposite sides, so both just getting the first, well, their first Scuttle Crab. So both very even, dual lane against dual lane, Baron lane against Baron lane. Hey, there you can see, man, E-flash by the Gragas, but beautiful. They didn't even flash. DV bot lane, dual lane, didn't even flash, didn't even barrier, nothing. They just they just walked away. They just respected it, kept their distance far enough away, and this is a wasted flash on this Gragas. By the way, he's also going for Aftershock, which makes sense as a Gragas support. You should always go for that. You can go for Aerie if you want to go full, if you want to be a little bit toxic in solo queue and you want to go full AP support. There is a little bit of lags going on, and you just want to poke with your barrel. Meh, no, I wouldn't recommend it, because at that point you're just a scuffed, overweight Lux, you know. And listen, guys, listen. I like my girls thick, right? Hey, overweight Lux. Hey, that does not sound too bad, I have to say. I'm honest. I'm an honest man. It is what it is. But, you know, in game, not that good, okay? Because, you know, you get it, right? The barrel is like the Lux E poke, AoE poke. Shut up. Anyway, moving on. I don't really have much to say here because, as I said, both lanes just very, all three lanes just really standard. Mid lane, nothing too interesting. Both just wave clear. Baron lane is pretty interesting. You can see the Akali is gaining ground, is in a pretty good advantage. Very interesting fact there. Olaf started with a ruby crystal, which isn't really something you see often by an Olaf, especially against an Akali. I would have expected him to start with a small magic resistance item, the null magic mantle. Because I saw how little damage she was dealing, I was like, ooh, did he start with that? Nope, just a ruby crystal. Very peculiar. Both supports rushing the Locket of Iron Solari boot enchant, along with those ability haste boots, so they get their ultimates as often as possible, and their other CC and protective abilities. Not so much protective with that Gragas, of course. He's more about that burst and CC. He's more of an aggressive support, but so far, honestly, I think DV is super happy here. Now, keep in mind, this is a best of 5. This is the 5th game, okay? So whoever wins this wins the game. Quick maths. So both teams are playing very defensive because it's just, you know, you don't want to drop the whole series at the very last game with this little over-aggression, with a little mistake. But while I'm saying that, we have a dragon going down. Red team is able to secure it. Jarvan gets the smite. Huge team fight breaks out as well. Wukong spinning around, doing a lot of damage. But so far, it is a 2-for-1 for DV, and they get the 3rd one as well. The Misfortune survives with a very small sliver of health. And yeah, the Wukong was also surviving with like 10 HP there, so both of them getting lucky. However, this is a huge advantage in terms of kill for DV. However, the Jarvan got the smite. So, is it worth? I feel like the Ocean Dragon is not like the biggest of the deals that you can get on this Rift, right? It is not an Infernal Dragon. But it is definitely a very potent one. All 4 dragons are very potent. And the big threat about dragons is that you keep getting more and more, and then it just snowballs out of control. Because you keep piling on so many free stats, and then if you are able to secure, like let's say you have 2 or 3 dragons, and you're able to secure the Elder Dragon, then it's the game is over, you know? The game is pretty much over, especially in a high-level gameplay like this. Also, we're clowning on RSG a little bit about their late game because they're facing a Kai'Sa Lulu, which is of course really strong, Ardent Sensor powered up Kai'Sa. We're gonna just melt this enemy team. However, keep in mind, we have a Ziggs on RSG, which is honestly one of the best late game mages. We have an Olaf, which is just going to go run everyone down. The Annie is just going to get one tap. Oh, but while I'm saying that, another team fight breaks out. Beautiful Cyclone by the Wukong. Knocks up a ton of people there. Does a lot of damage. They are able to finish off that Misfortune. And the Ziggs is going to die as well. Now, this is a huge victory for Divine Esports right now, because they're going to be able to not only get those 3 kills, once again, the Gragas died as well, for pretty much free, but they also get that Rift Herald. And with that, they're going to be able to set it up. Who got it? I'm pretty sure, probably Wukong. Usually the jungler takes it, but I didn't pay attention who got it. But if the Wukong has it, you know, you usually want to put it on your jungler, so he can just, for the surprise element. Because if you put it on an Akali, she's probably going to use it in the Baron lane. But if you put it on the Wukong, he's gonna show up somewhere and use it and maybe catch you off guard and gonna get maybe 1 or even 2 towers with it. But yeah, DV is super happy so far. I mean, as I said, they have a very strong late game dueling with that, probably one of the best ones. I mean, this is still the patch where Lulu is absolutely broken. Of course, a Jinx is gonna outperform a Kai'Sa late game, but the enemies have a misfortune. So yeah, this is one of the best late game duel lanes that you can get, Kai'Sa and Lulu. So they are super happy. This is a marksman now, but look at this Akali. She's just engaging by herself, is able to stall for a long time without dying with that shroud, and she goes back in, slows the enemies. The Jarvan ult follows up though. They get a kill they get a double kill for that Olaf. Annie and Wukong dying, a little bit of an over-aggression by Divine Esports, and that brings RSG right back into the game. Pretty big throw, a little bit of an over-aggression. They could have backed out. I think they even forced some flashes there. The Akali by herself, she could have just backed out after she uses her shroud, you know, she's chilling. The enemies are scared away, but they ended up over-aggressing. However, DV is not willing to give up anything because they instantly try to push mid lane while the enemies, after that fight, exhausted, they had to go back to replenish their health bars. And yeah, definitely both teams playing, you can definitely see how they're both playing a little bit scared, right? Both teams trying to not make mistakes. As I said, the nerfs are at an all-time peak whenever you are whenever you're at a game 5, man, you know? It's crazy. Let's say you were taking a math exam and you filled out everything, you know, and then the last question is just, oh, you know, you don't wanna mess anything up. That was a bad example. What am I talking about, man? Because you can't get minus point. Shut your mouth, man. Anyway, guys, yeah, Shurko, you are, yeah, you can see Divine Esports all jumbling up around that little bush there. 4 people in that bush, but they get scouted out by that little ward. And they have to retreat. Look at this rocket belt. Not rocket belt. That is the season 11 name of that. Proto belt. Ooh, but the Jarvan does not care about the Proto belt. He just jumps in, catches up both the marksman and the mid laner of Divine Esports. It is not enough though. But because Divine Esports over-aggresses a little bit again, they are able to, RSG is able to finish off that Wukong. Jarvan ends up dropping in exchange. All in all, a 1-for-1, both junglers dead, so the dragon most likely will not be contested. And yeah, as you can see again, that, what's it called, Liandry's being built on that Akali. Seems like in professional play, they really love that Liandry's. I can't wait until we see a tournament, until we see the Icon Series continuing on the new patch. That is what I'm looking forward to a lot, because of course Kai'Sa build should be a little bit different now with the Blade of the Rune King losing 10 AD. We will see a different build on that Akali, hopefully, because Liandry's got nerfed. We might see, just all in all, like Ziggs, if we see RSG play again, because they're the only ones who play Ziggs. I think we will see a different build, because he also goes for the Liandry's here, which again, sure, when it's broken, yeah. But on the new patch, not so much. 20 AP lost. Oh my god, this Annie just got caught out, but she's able to just, I don't know, man, teleport away. She uses her Byakugan and sees them through the bush there, through the mountains, runs away with the Pro Belt. That's absolutely unreal. But while I was talking about the new items and stuff, the new patch, DV actually secured that dragon. So both teams having one dragon, pretty even now. Gold, I mean, it is a 1.3, 1.2k gold lead for Divine Esports, but if you're looking at almost 40,000 gold total gold numbers on both teams, that is not as much of a difference as, let's say, it would be in early game, where that is half an item on one carry, let's say, while the other one is, you know, at one item or half an item and you're at a full item. Of course, that's going to be a much bigger impact than if you're at 3 or 4 items and the enemy's at 4.5, you know? But yeah, because of the percentages, guys, quick maths, guys, you gotta listen. You gotta listen at school. I'm telling you, man, these Zoom classes, I know, man, they're boring. I know you see these YouTube videos, people set up a fake image of themselves and they just play video games all day while they're sitting in a Zoom class, and the teacher thinks they're, listen, man, you gotta listen. You gotta listen, bro. It's important, because then you will be better at the video games. True story. That's why I'm such a genius. I'm the... Okay, let's... Guys, these jokes are falling flat. Listen, I apologize. I ate a lot. I ate a lot of carbs, a lot of nice rice. I made a nice risotto with minced meat. It is amazing, with tomatoes, with onions, bell pepper. Oh my goodness, I'm the gaming chef. And yeah, I'm a little bit carb loaded, so I'm a little bit... My insulin is spiking. I know, you guys don't listen in those Zoom classes. That's why you don't know what's going on here, what I'm talking about. But basically, I'm a little bit fatigued, you know? But it is what it is. Guys, I love it when it's the 5th game, because nothing ever happens. Like, we are 5 minutes past and we see like 1 kill going down. The stream is lagging as well. It's not a stream, it's a VOD. The mid lane tower fell after like 15 minutes, bro. It is insane. They are just so scared, man. They're little scaredy cats, man. Ay. They really want to win. I understand. I would be the same. You gotta play safe. That best of finishing match is always pretty insane. Look at this Annie. Once again, she goes for the same exact build. Rabadon's into Protobelt. I will try, not Protobelt, excuse me. Well, Protobelt into Rabadon's. She always rushes Protobelt, but into that Infinity Orb. I have to try this. I want to try this on Katarina as well. I feel like it could be good. Just skip that Gunblade, go straight into that Rabadon's. I feel like on Cannon, it's probably really insane. Rabadon's into, especially after the Liandry's nerf. I'll probably have to try that in solo queue today. But yeah, oh my god, while I'm saying that, huge team fight, never mind, man, they just back out. It is what it is, man. Listen, guys, again, I know they're playing scared, but you gotta play scared. There's a lot. The stakes are high, man, but this Wukong does not play around, man. He's not scared. He's going straight in. Monkey see, monkey do. And he just gets everything, man. He does so much damage. The Ziggs, however, gets the double kill. The 3rd kill goes down as well. So honestly, after that Wukong dies, you probably shouldn't imitate the monkey. I know people have this new meme where they say, reject humanity, accept monkey. I don't even know, man. Listen, guys, I'm too old for this. I'm like almost 26, guys. You guys are like 13 years old. I know these TikTok memes are kind of fun for you, but man, what is this? Amogus, Among Us, yay. You kind of sus, bro. You kind of litty, man. Hey, come on, guys. I'm too old for this. So, yeah. Something with monkey, something with bananas. But when he goes, you know, you don't have to be bananas as well, okay? You don't have to die as well. So they overextended. They end up dropping the dragon. It is a cloud dragon. Again, not, you know, the best dragon is the Infernal. And then the other 3, depending on what champion you have. For example, an Olaf. I love Cloud Drake as an Olaf, as a Darius, as something that needs to chase people, you know? Melee champions without dashes, they love it. Oh, but while I'm saying that, huge fight is breaking out. This Olaf taking so much damage, he has to run away instantly, still burning down to the Ignite, does not end up dropping. He has that GA, of course, available, but he would, of course, very much prefer to not get that used up there. And it worked, though. He forced away DV from that Baron. So he's pretty happy about that. That Baron was already at half HP, was pretty close. But man, I think this game will just go down to whoever gets this Infernal Elder, which is absolutely insane. It is very nice that we see an Infernal Elder for this finishing match here, because again, the stakes are high and it's always fun to see such a powerful objective being in place here in this final game. This should be pretty crazy. We have a Wukong also with that. You can see the way this jungle meta is right now in professional play is you just accept that you are a little simp for your beautiful marksman, but this beautiful marksman is completely called out. What is she doing? That is Kai'Sa, completely messed up, but she's able to kite. Beautiful ult, she jumps to the Lulu is there, she's protecting her. What a good play by the Kai'Sa. She's able to stall for so long with that Zhonya's, and they're able to turn around the team fight. It is a 3-for-3, I believe. Yes, sir. So they are able to equalize it in the end, while it seemed like a just completely free kill onto the Kai'Sa, and if that Kai'Sa just died, you know, using Zhonya's, using her GA, the game is probably over because the enemies are in a 4v5, then they can just get this Baron buff and the game is over. But because DV decided, okay, we need to fight, we messed up, but we need to fight right now, then it worked out. It worked out because they were able to play it super well mechanically. Again, Kai'Sa stalled so long with that Zhonya's, jumped over with her ult, and yeah, definitely very, very immaculate play. A little bit lucky while being unlucky because getting caught, that was definitely not good. I mean, she should have sniffed that the Jarvan was sitting there, or could be sitting in that bush at least. You got to be careful, especially as a marksman. You cannot, if you're a tank, if you're a Wukong, maybe even, you know, you can face check a little bit. But if you're a Kai'Sa, nah, man, you just have to play super safe. And look again, she's completely caught out, but she's able to ult away again. That might have been a good bait. That might be a genius move. Maybe he wanted that. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt because that was pretty good. Not good enough though, because the Annie got caught without ulting. And if you are an Annie and you die in a team fight without getting to use your ult, that is not going to be a victory for your team in a team fight. And we have 2 kills going over for free to RSG. The game, as you can see, the gold is completely even, but I think the game will blow up now because you have that Baron going down, no contest for RSG. They get it. They can backport with that empowered Baron recall, and now they will just do that Infernal Elder, which is spawning in 15 seconds, guys. And as soon as they get that, they have 2 dragons as well. They will have their 3rd dragon. They will improve these previous 2 dragons by 50%, the buffs, and it is just dirty, man. I'm telling you, Wild Rift needs to nerf the dragons a little bit. They're definitely a little bit overpowered right now. If you are not able to control the dragon, the game is over. The game is over. And the Misfortune just ults the dragon, and she knows if she gets that, you know, it doesn't matter what happens. Even if she doesn't have ult now, it is game over. And DV also knows that they need to try something desperate here. They really need to just try to get a crazy team fight or something. They get the mid lane tower, but that is not going to be enough because now you're facing an RSG roster with an incredibly fed Ziggs. If you were paying attention, he was getting a lot of these kills during the team fights. You have a Misfortune, who is of course always really strong late game. You have that crazy Olaf just running you down with the Cloud Drake buff and powered by the Elder buff as well. And on top of that, this whole roster that I was describing has that Infernal Elder buff, which is just gonna tear apart this DV roster. Oh man, this is not looking good for them. Let's see if RSG is gonna keep playing very scared, or if they are gonna amp up the tempo here a little bit, because they can definitely end. They could end in the next couple minutes here. Not even minutes, in the next couple seconds. Look at this damage by Ziggs. It is so hilarious. His auto attack just did half health of that turret. That is hilarious. And he already dropped the settle charge and just finishes it off. It is absolutely crazy, man. They zoom in on the man. Ziggs is such a fun pick. I have to play him more again. But as you can see, Leandri's first on him. I really think that will go. As soon as these players play on the new patch in esports, we will see their new builds, of course. And I think he won't be building Leandris anymore. 90 AP on that item was just so broken, but look at this. Olaf might get caught. Olaf might get completely caught. Oh, but the Ziggs is there as well. Ooh, they sniff it, they back out. They back out because they're scared of the back door. We've seen it in game 4. It was a huge backdoor, man. They're scared. They're scared of that backdoor. And RSG is super scared of these bushes, man. Now, see, they're playing well. They're not getting caught in these bushes. They're checking every bush with a Ziggs bomb, with an Olaf axe, with Gragas barrel, with the Naked Rain by, what's it called? Misfortune, which of course even gives vision. That's the best one to check these bushes with. So yeah, they are just playing super safe. They're able to make their way down to the bottom lane. This is the last remaining tower. If you are gonna let this Ziggs do one auto attack, it's GG, but they decide to engage. The Kai'Sa just goes to the backline. She just goes deep, trying to 1v1 this Misfortune. They're able to get her, but it's a GA. Both marksmen down by the down in the GA state. Both respawn, but the Kai'Sa drops straight away, and it is a full team wipe for RSG. They only lost their little Ziggs, and they're gonna be ending this game. Best of 5 victory going over to RSG. Absolutely insane best of 5. Was my mouse on this thing all the time? Really? Was my mouse on the thing all the time? I didn't see it. I hope it didn't. I hope it didn't annoy you guys too much. I just saw it at the end there. I think I was doing something. That's weird, bro. I'm sorry if my mouse was there. I'm really sorry, guys. But yeah, that was pretty insane. They don't show the MVP. Okay, they did. They did. Are they going to show the damage numbers? I think they didn't. They didn't show the damage numbers. Oh man, I really wanted to see the Ziggs damage. Because look at this. He has 4 kills, 10 assists. But I feel like he just clowned on everybody that game. Even though the Misfortune got the MVP, the Ziggs was really poking a lot. Hitting a lot of nice, especially third abilities. You know, that little mine trap on the ground. It just does so much damage. With that Leandries if the enemies walk over it. But yeah, pretty reserved gameplay. That was definitely, in my opinion, the worst out of these 4 games, actually. Out of these 5 games of this best of 5. But man, I really expected a banger finish. But both teams, again, it makes sense, man. It's high stakes, you know. You don't wanna throw the best of 5 right at the end. It just feels so bad. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about these esports commentaries of mine. If my analysis is good or if I'm an absolute idiot. As always, guys, leave an algorithmic comment to support the channel. Subscribe, ring the notification bell. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to more of these esports contents. We'll have to wait until the Icon Series continues. This was the grand finale in Vietnam, I believe. So we'll have to wait until the Icon Series makes it over to the other Asian countries. I believe Korea should be starting soon. Malaysia maybe as well. I'm not quite sure, guys. But yeah, some people were saying stuff in my Discord. We'll see when this continues. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Peace.